Oh, right. What is up, everybody? What is up? We just wrapped up the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Hail to the Commanders, says John, the Catch Fantasy Football. What's up, big dog? Hi. On cloud nine, I am assured because you are going to the NFC Championship game. Hell of a year to start locking in on the Commanders. Good call. Good call. We just saw the Bills take down the Ravens 27-25. What was a thrilling game, I thought. Excellent. Derpy's here. He's happy that the Ravens fell apart. Mark Andrews had himself a day. Not in the best way possible, but in the absolute worst way possible. Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers. You call Lamar Phillip Rivers? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. But I get it. Lamar played okay today. I didn't think he played great. Obviously, had the 2 turnovers. The interception was bad early in the game, but that fumble was devastating. Really couldn't have that. Had a good last drive. Only ran 5 times. He ran once on that last drive, so 6 total. So kind of a weird game. Ravens played way too sloppy to win that game today. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. Bills kind of missed out on opportunities. Allen only threw, 16 to 22, 127. Kind of threw a little bit more on that last drive for them. I really thought they were in trouble. They needed to go and punch that touchdown in. Otherwise, I thought that Baltimore was going to come down, get the touchdown, probably get the 2. I was 50-50 on the 2. But they do miss it. They recover the onside kick. I don't know why they didn't run a tush push there on that third down and goal from the 2. You could maybe get it, but even if you don't, let's just see where we are. 4th and a foot, a touchdown wins the game. 8 points obviously was enough. Obviously being up 8 was enough, making them to get that 2-point conversion, but I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. In the moment, I felt like the Bills losing in overtime was very much on the table once again. In the Super Bowl, but let's get the poll going. We got our Super Bowl poll. Who is it going to be? We got Commanders, Chiefs, Commanders, Bills, or Eagles, Chiefs, Eagles, Bills. And I think this is anybody's race. Nah, this is a winner's hat right here. American League winners. Working on the new setup, trying to move some things around. Got a new shelf here. Kind of like the new shelf setup. Going to play with some settings there. Going to add my shelf back into the middle, but we're work in progress for now, so I like it. Bro, how did he drop that? I know, Mandrews with a terrible game in the worst way. So second quarter, big drop for them. Has the fumble that, Baltimore outscored Buffalo 9-0 in that third quarter. They're driving again. Looks like they're going to score. Buffalo really needs a stop. I don't think Buffalo's going to be able to get a stop. Mandrews picks up a huge completion, and then he just gets the ball. Just go down, man. Just go down. Gets the ball. You got the ball. First down. Just go down. No, gets it punched out. Bills come down, and that was the game. And then obviously the devastating drop on the 2-point conversion. Good play call, sprint out to the right, had him open. Maybe he was thinking about if he was short of the goal line, because he was short of the goal line, but there was nobody there. He catches that, he falls in. It's no problem. No problem for him if he catches that ball. He's into the end zone. 2 points is good. We're tied. Lamar did not choke that game. No, but I don't think Lamar played great. Had the nice touchdown on the last drive, but 2 turnovers. First time 2 turnovers in a game this season for Lamar. So it just kind of sucks that the ugly bugaboo seems to rear its head with Lamar in some of these situations. Sometimes it just feels like He doesn't play great in these big spots. I wouldn't say he choked, but he was kind of average at best. 6 carries, 39 yards. Felt like he needed to run a little bit more. Needed to take off. There were lanes there. Obviously not really throwing to anybody. Rashad Bateman did have the touchdown. Likely had the tying, which should have been the potential tying touchdown there. He was your leading receiver, 4 for 73. Philip, Commanders versus Bills would be great. It's crazy Josh Allen didn't be the greatest, but we still won. Yeah, Josh Allen played kind of okay. 10 carries, 20 yards, 2 tutties on the ground, no passing touchdowns, 127. But he had the 2 touchdowns. I felt like they should have let Allen throw the ball more. I don't know what. That third quarter was very bizarre play calling for me. They got away from the run game. The run game outside was really working well. James Cook had a solid day, 17 for 67. Ty Johnson, 5 for 31. Ray Davis, 4 for 29 and a touchdown. Like, they were running okay. Like, 36 carries for 147, 4.1 a carry, 3 tutties. That's pretty good against the Ravens' run defense, so I thought they did a good job. Obviously, Baltimore gashed Buffalo, in particular, in that second half. Derrick Henry, 16 for 84 and a touchdown. Justice Hill, 6 for 50, 8.3. Lamar, whatever. Mandrews had a couple of tush pushes there. Dak over Lamar. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy, guys. Let's not get crazy. Yeah, Allen didn't play great. The game was the most we ran all season, by the way, which is crazy. Yeah, 36 times. I think the weather was a huge contributing factor. They didn't feel comfortable maybe throwing the ball with these receivers. Keon Coleman, the 1 reception, has the slant on the last drive of the game. Curtis Samuel comes up big late in that game, has a nice catch. 1 for 11 for Kincaid. Hollins gets 1 for 12 on the last drive. Cook 3 for 15 to nothing. Khalil Shakir was basically your entire receiving core. Shakir's super underrated. Yeah, totally agree. Kind of your number 1 receiver as a slot guy. What the hell happened to Amari Cooper, man? I thought like Amari Cooper might have a big spot here. 1 target, and yeah, he got beat on the route. Just weird. I think the Bills were trying to be the Ravens. Like, they were doing the opposite. The Ravens needed to run the ball more. And I think the Bills ran the ball a little bit too much. Like they said, 36 carries, 147. That's all, like, that's good day against the Ravens defense, but I felt like they should have thrown the ball more. Obviously, the quick screen game wasn't working. Saw a couple of screens blown up. Ugh. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. By the Ravens. So I just felt like, maybe a little bit drag, slants, going across the middle. I know it's a little scary, but I trust Allen to make the right throw, make the right decision, make the right plays. Maybe would have ran, 10 for 20 is okay for Allen, but I felt like they could have been a little bit more creative in the Allen runs. Cook looked great. Yeah, he's looked good this postseason. The whole backs, I thought all 3 backs looked good. Ty Johnson was solid. Ray Davis, bowling ball. Rasul Douglas needs to be better. He's been asked these last couple of weeks. Allen returns to Arrowhead to take on the Wolverine himself, Patrick Mahomes. Going to be legendary. Yes. I think, everybody was kind of either on one side or the other on this game. Either you wanted the Bills, either you wanted the Ravens. So who did you want to face the Chiefs? 4 times now we're going to see. Thanks, Scott. Big yawn. You're going to make me yawn again. See? Tired over here. Been grinding all day. Allen, Mahomes 4 times now. Second AFC Championship game. This is what we want to see. I was feeling really good in the first half of this game. It felt like Buffalo was much more the comfortable team. They get the late pass interference penalty. They punch it in. I thought it was a 50-50 PI call. Kind of made up for that egregious holding penalty they called early in the game on Buffalo, where the left tackle, my man just swatted hands and the D lineman went down, slipped in the snow, and they called a hold. It was just crazy, and that set back a scoring drive. So kind of worked out even for them, but they just looked so much more comfortable. Everything felt difficult for the Ravens. And then that third quarter, Buffalo's play calling was atrocious. Their approach was bad. Their runs were bad. They had 2 drives, 1 first down. They had run the ball for 1 yard, and they ran right up the middle. Like, run outside. They had effective runs outside. What did they do? After Baltimore comes down, gets the score, run outside to Cook. First down, First down. It was really simple. Doing a good job cutting back, taking the checkdowns. I thought it was a better fourth quarter for them, but they really needed that touchdown on that last drive. They got lucky, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Douglas getting cooked by Bateman, man, like, lol. Yeah, I thought DeMar Hamlin, besides forcing that crazy fumble, he was terrible. I mean, there was that one, like, there was like a third down drag to Mark Andrews that he was in front of Mark Andrews for some reason as the safety, covering no man's land. There were two guys next to each other. Bruce, his Commanders in the AFC or the NFC Championship. I don't know how old you are, Bruce, but maybe something you've never seen in your lifetime. Hi, are the Lions done or can they get back to the playoffs? New guy. Well, TikTok and Detroit, both eliminated by Washington. TikTok back. Lions not coming back. We're dancing on their graves. Look at those Bills wide receivers yards. Yeah. I mean, 16 for 127. That's a great day for one receiver. No touchdowns. Shakir had a good day. 6 for 67, 11.2 a carry, or 2 a reception. Everything else. This is the Bills. I mean, obviously the weather wasn't great. The weather was bad. I don't know if I just don't think they trusted these receivers. I just don't think they trusted these receivers at all. The boys in Cancun said we should just supposed to be happy to be here in the wild card round. Well, yeah, you have to be happy just to be there in the wild card round. Like, you wouldn't have been mad if the Commanders lost in the first round. Like, if they lost to the Buccaneers, which was obviously a 50-50 game. If the Bills scored on that last drive, which was a field goal, yeah, touchdown would have ended it. Winter Soldier does it again. Lions are dead. We are dancing on their grave. Looked like they tried to burn clock. Yeah, they were definitely doing a good job burning clock there. I think the shorter game, especially when you were up 11 at halftime, the Ravens now 0-23, went down 11 at halftime in the last decade. But they were in this game. They were definitely in this game. If Harbaugh would have kicked the PAT and not went for 2, they would have had to go for 2, but Harbaugh can't win the big one. I mean, you had to go for 2. They cut it to a 2-point game. Go for in the third quarter, you got to go for 2 there. I'm not kicking the extra point, staying down 1. I'm just trying to know, I want to know what I need. We need Taylor Rapp for next week. Yeah, he got banged up. Couple of injuries in the secondary. Never seen it, Bruce. He's only 25. He's never seen it. So he's been in the thick of it. The Commanders have been shit his entire life. Well, congratulations, big dog. Lions coaches are gone. They are toast. Yup, Ben Johnson probably going to be the Raiders' next head coach. I don't know what Aaron Glenn's going to do. Maybe the Jets. It sounded like the Jets. I'm dancing on Lamar's MVP chances grave. Well, the MVP was already voted for. The MVP is voted for before the playoffs start, so no effect on that. No effect on that, even though by default, Josh Allen should be your MVP. Janky, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, guys. If you subbed and I didn't shout you out, I can only see if your subs are public. So if you did sub and you want to get a shout out, just drop it in the chat and I'll gladly shout you out. And if you don't, I'd still appreciate everybody. Hit that like button, helps the stream, share it out there into the algorithm. Try, as a Lions fan, that was tough, man. But yeah, the Lions need to realize Goff is not him. He's a game manager. He's wasting our super team offense. Goff, not great. I thought the play calling was bad. Way too cute. What universe is Jameson Williams throwing a pass down 10 with 12 minutes left in the game? Way too cute. We talked about it all year. Lions, way too cute for their own good. Killed them. Did something stupid. Callaway, I kind of want Jaden Daniels to be the first rookie quarterback to go to the Super Bowl. Yes, he would be the first rookie quarterback to go to the Super Bowl. And plus, there is the Jim Kelly curse. No quarterback since Jim Kelly, who has went to a Super Bowl and lost in their first Super Bowl appearance, made it back. We're sitting at like 11 quarterbacks now. And Jalen Hurts obviously lost his first Super Bowl, so he could end that curse. But you got to like a little bit of the Jaden Daniels Commanders now. That line is weird. That game's like 5.5. People like the Eagles. I think everyone loves Saquon Barkley. Saquon's a dog. Can the Chiefs beat the Bills next Sunday? Absolutely, the Chiefs could beat the Bills next Sunday, and the Bills could absolutely beat the Chiefs next Sunday. I think it's going to be a very good game. King Huddy, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Lamar is not him. Yeah, Lamar was not him tonight. He wasn't bad. He was fine. But Jake is back. What's up? I saw you. You got in just late at the end of our first stream, Jake, and then we streamed again for the second game. Took a little break, so good you caught this one. It's back. If the Bucs would have won instead of the Commanders, Lions would still be in. Probably, but if ifs and buts were candy and nuts. Yeah, if the Rams won the Vikings would still be in if the Rams won week 18 instead of resting all their starters. Regardless, I would have been happy. Progress in year one. Yep. Just talking crap. The Lions fans were talking crazy to us. Bruce, welcome. The Lions fans have been reckless all season. As you saw, pretty much the entire NFL fan base world was dancing on the Lions' grave. Way too reckless this year. Mark Andrews sold. Definitely a little bit. Janky, Bills, cash cows. Lamar's a running back bum, man. He's a choke artist master. Ravens never get the job done. Ooh, harsh words for Lamar. I thought he was okay today. Didn't think he was great. I feel like it might be a little bit of Harbaugh, too. I don't think Harbaugh's calling his best stuff either out there. Best thing out of this game, no more MVP discussions. It was getting out of hand this year. Yes, but it wasn't that. Honestly, I don't think it got that bad this year. Other sports, other years, it's gotten. We didn't have the stupid race debate this year with Allen and Lamar. I think it was just, it was strictly on your preference this year, which I really do appreciate because that's a bunch of nonsense. But they voted before this. They voted before the playoffs, so tough. Riley wanted the Ravens to win. Oh, well. Ben Johnson, not it either. Trick play merchant. Aaron Glenn doesn't know how to stop rushing QBs ever. Yeah, I was concerned for the Lions defense after Minnesota looking like on offense. Who are your picks for next Sunday's games? Maddox. My picks for next Sunday's games will be on Wednesday, live on this channel Wednesday night. I will go through and break down our conference championship games, and I will be dropping a video on Thursday with a more in-depth breakdown. So be sure to tune out for that. No spoilers here tonight. Gotta dive into it a little bit. Lamar was all right. He almost won the game, but Mark kind of sold a few times. Yep, absolutely, King Huddy. Yes, sir, Bills fan back. You going to watch the Natty? Yes, Max, we will be live again tomorrow night for the Natty. Maybe we'll have some special guests. Maybe our lovely co-host on Backyard Bookies will hop on and we'll chat it up during the Natty. He was in the chat, Mr. Scootered. Happy for the Redskins, though, man. They're my backup team. I hope they make the Super Bowl. Well, nobody wants the Eagles to win except for Eagles fans. Jared Verse was talking hella shit. Yeah, and Jared Verse played a hell of a good game today, too. Jared Verse was awesome. I really thought the Rams were going to swipe that game at the end there. Too much Saquon Barkley, not enough protection. And Jalen Carter is a dog. Just took the paper head bags off their heads a season ago and already on some BS. Yup, no Super Bowl appearances. Crazy. MVP, Josh Allen. I don't like saying a team lost because of one player, but I think that's really what happened with the Ravens. Potentially, Lamar had 2 turnovers as well. He threw the pick, had the terrible fumble. Andrews obviously had the fumble. And so 3 turnovers for the Ravens. You're not going to win like that. Not going to win like that. My sunshine, Josh Allen. Cole, what's up? Bills and the Redskins for try. Frank, fly, Eagles fly. Eagles, did they make you sweat it out today? Man, were you sweating at the end of that game? Eagles-Chiefs rematch probably. Bills could win it, though. Allen is him. Yeah, I think any of these 4 teams have a shot. I would be really stretching it to pick the Commanders in a Super Bowl. But you know what? Jaden Daniels puts it all in God's hands, and maybe God has chosen Jaden Daniels to bring that dub home this year. O-line solid. Sold the Rams at the end. Yep, just you whiffed on Jalen Carter. Can't do it. Stafford didn't have a great throw either. I think he had a shot at Puka on that 4th down. Just not a great throw for him. Cole, I have 92 subs now. Congrats. Almost at the big 100. Can't believe the Ravens lost the playoffs back-to-back, both because of drops last year. It was Flowers. Yup. Flowers also not playing in this game, so another contributing factor to the Ravens losing. Fumbled going into the end zone last year, but that was also terrible game planning again. They ran the ball like 0 times with their running backs last year, and they forced Lamar to throw, and they shit their pants. I'm kind of getting sus on the Ravens' decision-making and play callings lately. Is it right to question Harbaugh now? Yes, Michael Pierce, the Ravens D lineman, is the biggest dude I've ever seen. He is a fat bastard, and I hate him. Stole money from the Vikings, never played for us for 2 years. I hate him, and he is a thick boy. Look up Daniel 616. It's about Daniel thrown to the Lions then, and the Lions were denied their 616th win. Oh, Jakey, I like it. Now, that doesn't bode. What does it say about Daniel versus some Eagles? Now, we got the commies versus the Eagles next weekend. Might be America versus, communism. I might be tough. I might be tough to root for the Commanders next weekend. Do you think the Ravens need to pick up a wide receiver too, or do you think Bateman is fine? They probably need a wide receiver too. It's hard to tell with what the Ravens need. Definitely in wide receiver too. I would like one more guy in the secondary. I thought the offensive line's going to get better, but I thought the defense played fine. Josh, the true MVP. Are you a Vikings fan? Yes, sir, King Huddy. I unfortunately am a Vikings fan. JJ's moved. JJ's over here now. We got a little more. We got more stuff in the cubby. Got a couple of Vikings mini helmets, a couple Aggie mini helmets, some baseball shit, hockey shit. I like the new setup. I'm going to put up another shelf too. I got some more stuff coming, guys. Setup's going to be lit. Likely clutched up with an Andrews choke. True. Likely had a solid game. You watching the Natty tomorrow? Yes, sir. We will be live for the Natty tomorrow. I will be rooting for the Irish. I think Ohio State's going to win, but I will be rooting hard for the Irish. I don't know. Bateman showed a lot this year. Maybe picking up a later wide receiver and filling out the team would be better for them. Yeah, it just felt like Bateman was, more of a touchdown merchant. Like, he was always the guy they found in the end zone. But he had a lot of weird, just do-nothing games this year. Let's break down Rashad Bateman's game log. So, let's see. 5 targets, 1 target, 3 targets, 0 targets. I don't know if he played in that Philly game. 2 targets, 6, 3, 1, 4, 4, 4, 1, 3, 3, 2. So, not a lot of looks there, man. Not a lot there. I kind of want more out of my number 2 receiver. Especially with Flowers, who's already kind of a fringe number 1. I know he made the Pro Bowl this year, but Zay Flowers kind of up and down. I would say he's a fringe number 1 guy. Maybe more like a 1B guy. He's better than the Packers receivers, but I don't know if he's like that true dog number 1 that you need out there. So if they could grab a very good receiver, they'd be in great shape. They'd be in excellent shape, I think. Let's see. Oh, King Honey, a Vikings fan. Well, welcome to the pit of misery. Good thing you found the channel. Commanders got their 660th win versus the Lions. Oh, there's a lot going on, Checky. You're telling me there's a lot going on with the Commanders, the Lions, and the Eagles, who would be their 660th loss. We are the Irish, the Fighting Irish. I've been a big Mark Andrews fan for a while. He sold my parlay so hard, disappointing. Yeah, Andrews had a weird season for us. Remember, he was really bad in fantasy early in the year. It's like, what are we doing with Andrews? Came on strong. And in the biggest moments, I didn't think if anybody was going to let down, I did not think it was going to be Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews was not the guy I thought was going to be letting down tonight. Caden, I'm also a Vikings fan. Why must they always let us down? Because life is nothing but pain. One year, someday we'll get there. Dang, yeah, didn't remember all those dud games from Andrews. So they could lose the Super J. They could lose this. That's crazy. 666 to 666. You can confirm this all with stat moves. I trust you, Jakey. I trust you. Ravens should trade for Tyreek. Ooh, that's an interesting Tyreek team. I don't know if the Dolphins are letting Tyreek go in the AFC. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if they're going to let Tyreek go. I think they had positive meetings after Tyreek had that blow up. Austin, as a Rams fan, what the actual F happened today? Baby hands, cold weather, soft-ass LA team outdoors, clearly. Offensive line sold on that last drive. Kyron Williams, devastating fumble. Defense was kind of terrible against the run. We knew they were bad against the run. Stafford missed on that last throw. Puka had an incredible catch. Dropped the ball, though, in that early fourth quarter, late third quarter. Can't remember exactly on the third down that they had. Higbee dropped the ball. What do you think about Hawkinson this year? I thought he was fine. He clearly wasn't the Hawkinson that we were expecting from him. He's just like, maybe these ACL injuries are more than a year, guys. Like, okay, yeah, they can get back in less than a year out there playing, being productive, but are they ever really, truly back to 100%? Because Hawkinson did not look like that this year. So I'm expecting him to be better in shape, football shape, ready to rock and roll next year. So I think that's a positive for whoever the Vikings quarterback is here. If the Chiefs got Tyreek back, that would be wild. Yes, Aqua Squad, but I don't think they need him. Don't think they need him at all. Yeah, a couple of drops from them. The snow definitely ate him up. Rams defense with 7 sacks. Got to mean something. Yeah, their D-line came to play. 9 sacks last week, 7 this week. And the Eagles offensive line is one of the best in football, if not the best in football. So they were dominating out there. Jared Verse is a stud. And they lost Braden Fisk, their best interior pass rusher, early in this game. He even had a sack and went down. So that was kind of a tough blow for them. Stafford just throwing the ball into the sideline at the end was insane. I don't think he had a good grip on it. I think it kind of, they were rushing. The clock was rolling after he took the sack. And I don't think he had a great grip on that ball. Kind of slipped out of his hands. Okay, and I think that year is coming soon. We need to have a great offseason, though. We are a very old team, so we need to make moves to get younger as a whole. Yes, but all of that age is on the free agent market, and we have the 4th most cap money. The core is still pretty young. JJ's in his prime. McCarthy could be sliding in at quarterback. We need a running back. The defense, Van Ginkel, Grenard under 30, still signed. Metellus under 30 signed. So they got to get a secondary. And for the love of God, get an offensive line interior. They're so fat and useless on the inside. I'm sick of it. Bills Prods, who's your MVP? Who do you think is the MVP? Well, Joe Burrow would be my MVP, but Joe Burrow is not going to win the MVP. So I believe it should be Josh Allen. And tonight just affirms that. Even though they kind of did the same. They didn't really do anything different. I just felt like Josh is playing with a lot less than Lamar was this entire season. I feel for Mark Andrews. Also, we got to get your likes up. Yes, Green always pushing the likes. Everybody hit that like button. Hit the like button. Chiefs Commanders, just like the logo for the Super Bowl color show. Yes, red. I thought it was red and purple this year for the logo originally. Isn't it? It's like red and yellow now or something like that. So Commanders, you got to feel good if you're a Commanders fan and it's red or yellow. Probably the yellow. They would be the yellow team, I think. Landon, thanks for the sub, big dog. Josh Allen, yes, sir. DJ, thank you. Nobody talks about most of that age is from the patchwork free agents and a couple of old guys like Gilmore. Yeah, the entire secondary, super old. Like the Griffin, Gilmore. Now they're losing Murphy. I think they're going to try and re-sign Byron Murphy. Might be a little too expensive. Harrison Smith, obviously, he's going to retire probably. Cam Bynum's a free agent. Sounds like he's going to the Packers with his boy Jordan Love. But, you know, Blackman will be back. I mean, we forget our starting corner tore his Achilles on the first day of practice this season. So he'll be back his second year playing, third year in the league. And then obviously our slot corner freaking died in the offseason. RIP Kyrie Jackson. So kind of set things back a little bit. But there's a couple of good corners out there. DJ Reed. Ooh, I would love a DJ Reed signing. And we got to get like some guard or center out there. Saquon with over 200 in a playoff game. That guy doesn't slow down. Saquon got everything. Most 60-plus yard touchdown runs in a single season this year. He had 4 against the Rams. That was more than anybody had against in total this season. So Saquon cooked against the Rams. had 200 plus scrimmage yards in both games, regular and postseason, first player ever to do that. Yeah, Cosme tore his ACL last night. That's a loss in the interior for Washington. Red and yellow, KC. Yeah, but so they can't be both colors. So they got to be one of the colors. I saw a hilarious video talking about things stronger than our O-line in the playoffs, with one of them being a 2-foot-long sheet of cellophane and another being a KFC spork. I don't think the offensive line was that bad. I mean, the average sack time was like 4.4 seconds, 4.5 seconds against Darnold. Held on to the ball way too long. But yes, our offensive line is fat and useless. And we're getting Christian Darrisaw back, blew out his knee, all-pro left tackle. So that's a big up. Cam Robinson was, he helped the season out a lot, but he's kind of whatever, man. Too many penalties. Seth, appreciate the sub. If the Bengals made the playoffs, Joe Burrow would be an MVP contender because he has the most passes. Yeah, Joe Burrow's every stat he's got, but his defense and special team, literally everybody else on his team let down Joe Burrow. Theo Jackson is the Vikes' future safety. Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. They're going to roll with Theo Jackson in the secondary. Rip Kyrie, yeah, really hurt. Not Kyrie Irving, guys. Kyrie Jackson. We need at least 2 interior alignment, 100%. Yes, they're so fat. So fat. So useless. I'm so sick of seeing our interior getting blown up. We're on a slight Vikings rant now. This is 3 years since they've taken over the new regime. We've had this problem. They've done absolutely nothing to address it. Ed Ingram, bust. Philly, Sooners, Eagles, Thunder. My Eagles are better. Ooh, that's an interesting combo. Oklahoma guy over here. Obviously no pro team. Thunder cooking. Liking the Thunder this year. Do y'all think the Commanders will pull off another upset? I mean, if they were going to beat anybody, I thought, the Rams would be the team that they would want to play, because as you saw, the Rams suck against mobile quarterbacks. Tough to beat a division opponent, but if you're the favorite and you're the division opponent, not great either. And they got to have confidence winning that last game. I don't give a shit that Kenny Pickett was the quarterback. They put up a 30-piece on that defense. They're confident. Apparently, Mark Andrews was crying, and Lamar went up to him, gave him a hug and a kiss, and Harbaugh said Ravens wouldn't be who they are without him. Yeah, it's hard to put it on a guy like Mark Andrews. Been such a great impact guy. Him and Lamar came in the league together. They're dogs. You can't. It sucks to see a great player have a moment like that, but it's not on him. Lamar, Lamar's going to say it was me. I turned the ball over twice. That's just Lamar. Lamar's not going to be the Texans crying about the refs or some shit like that. Joe Burrow almost got hurt once last year. Yeah, Joe Burrow's sometimes made it. He did get hurt last year. I'm mad that they did let Henry run at the end, so I lost my bet. Oh, Comey, you were having a great weekend, too. You were crushing there, but they were up against the clock. Bro going on a Vikings rant, let it out. I've never seen you so mad after that loss. I was steaming after that Vikings loss. You should see it. I have a couple. The first video on this channel, if you guys really want some deep channel lore that blew up on my channel. And when I say blow up, this is me when I have 45 subs or whatever, and I am just a baby ass loser. I'm a nobody over here. Let me see. I gotta remember this. It's one of my most, if you go to videos and go to popular, it is, I've had some pretty good videos. I forgot. I've actually made content. It's 3 years ago. Mike Zimmer, complete failure, a Vikings rant. It's got 1.3K views. It was my first ever video that did really blew up on the channel. And I'm pretty mad in that one. It was pretty funny. I was raging it. At least it's center and a guard at minimum. In my opinion, 2 guards and a center. Yes. We need a center. We need a rock to anchor in the middle. And we need a guard to lock in. He broke his wrist. Who's broke his wrist? Who was I talking about? Somebody broke their wrist. That's not good. Diami Brown starting to come to life. Yes, 2 great playoff games for him. And Amon-Ra talking all that shit. Didn't he outgain him yesterday? Hi, Commanders fan here. We are so lucky to get Jaden Daniels. Yes, sir, Maddox. Sometimes it's amazing how quick a franchise can turn their franchise around. How quick they can turn everything around, man. It's crazy. Mike Zimmer was horrible with the Cowboys. He was better at the end of the season. Cowboys defense was better when Micah Parsons got back. Their defense actually finished pretty strong towards the end of the year, except for that Eagles game. Micah Parsons clearly makes a big difference. If you guys didn't know this, Micah Parsons is really good at football. Really impactful starter. Do you think the Commanders defense will be able to stop Saquon Barkley? So, maybe? They gave up like 102 yards in the first quarter in their last matchup against Saquon, and then only gave up 49 the rest of the way, I think. So they did figure something out to stop Saquon, but Saquon cooked them in the first quarter. Cooked them. So I would say it's 50-50 on what we're going to get out of Washington's D. Jahmyr Gibbs was pretty good last night for Detroit, but I do like the way Dan Quinn's got that effing attitude. Like, he don't give a shit. And the Commanders defense is playing like they don't give a shit. They know they're not very talented. They know they're not the best guys out there. They play a good scheme. They play hard. They play downhill. And they tackle, man. You got to tackle. Let's see. Ever since I saw Zimmer was the reason AP left, I've liked him failing. Yeah, but Adrian was kind of a different cat at the end there. Ethan, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Random, but I remember watching LT and his crazy runs, but Saquon more entertaining. Yeah, different kind of running back. Saquon's probably Adrian Peterson. Like, he reminds me a lot of Adrian Peterson. Just kind of power and speed combo. Ethan with the sub, and he's tuning in from London, 325. Hope you're getting some sleep, big dog. Watching some footy, American footy, or English footy. We lost, but the Bills got 20 penalties, and we got 0. Let's see. What were the penalties tonight? That's not true. The Bills definitely got a holding penalty. 5 for 43, 1 for 10. The worst holding call ever. Yep. Not great. So we got the 1 pass interference penalty is the big one. And then I don't think they called a hold. A couple procedural stuff. Oh, and the hands to the face. But that was clearly a hands to the face. Saquon, good at running football. Yes. Colt obviously like and sub Colt. Check him out if you guys want. Colt's been active in the chat the last 2 days, so give him a check out. Vikings can't win big games, let's be honest. I mean, they sometimes win big games. I mean, they get to the NFC Championship game. They should have 09. They literally had a cheating scandal beat them. And 98 will haunt anybody who saw 98 forever. Call me crazy, but if the Bears had got Daniels and the Commanders had got Williams, we'd be saying the Bears should have drafted Williams, and I think they're both there. I agree. I think Jaden Daniels would look a lot more like Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams I don't think would be as good as Jaden Daniels right now. I just don't think he has that calm, cool demeanor. Caleb panics in the pocket a little bit. He retreats a lot. Jaden sticks in the pocket, man, and moves at the very last second. So, but I agree. I don't think we'd be getting we wouldn't have got the Jaden season in Chicago. Horribly coached team. He killed it with Washington, though. He should have retired in purple. Yeah, but remember he got cut out. Remember he got cut by the Saints before then? Like he was on the Saints and got cut. Then he ended up in Tennessee. That was wild. Didn't he play in Arizona too? Adrian Peterson was a flat-out problem. Yeah, 2012 was the best running back season you're probably ever going to see. That Vikings team was so bad on offense. So bad. The offensive line wasn't even that good. Adrian Peterson was just that much of a freak that year. Yeah, NFL, I'm a Philly fan, but was watching tonight. Nice. At least the Eagles played a little bit earlier for you. Yes, did I see Formers? But yes, we were going on a lovely rant about that clown Chris Boyd yesterday. Ex-Viking, always, typical. Vikings couldn't win big games this year, let's be honest. I mean, they only lost to the Lions and the Rams this year. They beat the Packers twice. That was a big game. They beat the Seahawks in Seattle. That was a big game. Seattle was in a must-win to get in situation. That Yankers eating chips and fish watching NFL. Good on you. Yeah. Sad GG plays. Sad about the Ravens rip. Vikings went 5-0, but without I don't know what that one's going for. Ben Johnson should go to the Bengals. Oh, that would be something. I definitely don't like Zach Taylor. The Bears O-lines are tubbies. Yeah, O-line's trash. Caleb Williams to Chicago was all. It's not a horrible pick, man. I'm not I'm not giving up on Nail Polish Boy. You know how much I'll talk shit about Nail Polish Boy, but I ain't giving up on Nail Polish Boy. We got a little, hold on, we got a little zesty going. Where is it? I gotta get the chat open. Come on, where is it? Here we go. Nail Polish Boy. Had to get that off my chest. So I think Caleb's fine. Early to call. The Bears are so dysfunctional. God, the Bears are so dysfunctional. Let me try and catch up in the chat. No, it's not letting me scroll, guys. The chat is... No, what's up with the chat? Let me reload the chat. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me scroll back up. Bears O-line's Tubbies. Horrible. I think the panic is just because he was sacked 45 times before week 12 because of that O-line. Yeah, but he also didn't help. He retreated a lot. We saw a lot of Sam Darnold retreating. Held onto the ball too long. The fact that AP had 8 less yards but 50-plus less carries and did it with Ponder makes it the best running back season ever. Better than Dickerson's. Yeah, arguably. LGBTQ B1. Great joke, Bruce. Most like comment for Colt 103. Love it. Let's be honest. Patrick Mahomes' defense carries him. Yeah, the Chiefs' defense has been great this year, but Mahomes does always make the play. Guys. Now, God, that was really pissing me off yesterday with the fingernet, with the flopping yesterday, that bullshit. Mahomes is better than that, man. Caleb is just sassy and craves the tush push. He'll be great in a year or two. True. But this had me triggered yesterday watching, I was like this, watching Mahomes flop over there. But, making me feel cool. Look, I'm dropping the cool channel emojis, guys. I got to get more. We only got 2 channel emojis. Maybe it'll get me, making fun of Caleb. Maybe we'll get a nail polish Caleb Williams one as a troll. I don't get why at the end the Vikings wildcard game KOC didn't put in Danny. He wasn't active, Huddy. He was the emergency third string quarterback. He should have been the backup. I thought it was negligence by KOC not making Daniel Jones the backup. I would have liked him in it after the fumble by Darnold. I would have said, screw it. Let's try something. The Rams defense is terrible against mobile quarterbacks this year. And I thought he would have been good to have a package for in the red zone. We were so dog shit in the red zone against the Lions the week before. I would have loved to see a Daniel Jones run package there in that red zone, but we almost got there. I think the best running back years between AP and OJ. Yeah, 2K in 14 games, kind of crazy. Before OJ was a murderer, he was an unbelievable, maybe the best running back. If the Lions had a defense, they would definitely be the best team. If anybody had the opposite of what they have, they would definitely be the best team in the NFL. That's usually how that works. So, hard to say. If the Commanders had a defense, they might be the best team in the NFL. If the Eagles had a better offense, they would be the best team in the NFL. If they had a better quarterback. The Bills, if they had a better defense. So, everybody needs something. Nobody's perfect. I think defenders should just try and injure Mahomes in those situations. He'll learn. It would be a well worth the 15 yards. Yeah, you don't want to get the soft 15, make him earn it. But Mahomes has got it, you got to commit one way. Either he's sliding or he's not, and he kind of stuck in the middle there, and it doesn't work. PRK. Perquan. Probably pronounced that one. Appreciate the sub. Can we get a Teddy Bridgewater update? Is he staying in or done? I have no idea, Teddy. Probably going back. Maybe he's staying, found the passion of football again. I heard Hendon Hooker might be getting traded to Vegas if Ben Johnson goes there. That could be the move, and Teddy's the backup. Finally made it to the stream. GVZ, yes, was looking for it. Welcome. Let's see. The Vikings need a defense more than anybody. True. Defense was good, though. We needed only certain pieces on the defense. Defense still pretty good. Only didn't force a turnover in one game this season. And, of course, it was the last one, which we lost. Bills need to win to give up the ghost. Alex, what's up? Hi, Jay Haas. Hi, Mark Andrews. Yeah, Mark Andrews having a tough time there. The Texans defenders hit each other, not Mahomes. If you look at that replay, yeah, I thought that one was bad. I thought the first one watching live on the stream we thought was roughing live, and then the replay, I don't think he really got his helmet. Kind of crazy because it made a nice loud pop, but yeah, that second one was bad on that first. It was still first. It would have been 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. So again, the Texans had the worst special teams day in the history of the NFL yesterday, maybe, or at least this season. They were so bad on special teams. That cost them the game. And that 4th down. Do not let the Texans off the hook and let them blame the refs when they made the bonehead decision to go for it on 4th and 9 with 10 minutes left in a 1-score game. Crazy. Yes, hello. Loading and Andrew sucks. Loading Shador time. It's going to be Cam Ward. I'm telling you, Ario, it's going to be Cam Ward. Everything I'm reading. I'm scared for our defense because B-Flow will be gone. I don't know if B-Flow's leaving. If he doesn't get the Jets job, I think Flores might be staying. He's going to get jumped in Baltimore. Maybe, but, still, Lamar had 2 turnovers. Mark Andrews been a big part of this team being good for a long time. I don't know, our special teams against that was the onside kick, the pick. Yeah, what was it, the scoop and score, or the onside kick return for a touchdown and the kickoff return for a touchdown? Did they miss some field goals in that one too? That wasn't that big of a game, though. I do remember that one. Justin, I don't know why people think the Commanders are going to beat the Eagles, because they beat them a few weeks ago, and it had nothing to do with the offense. They hung 30 on that defense. Kenny Pickett threw one bad early interception, and he was fine. Devonta Smith dropped the ball. Saquon ran the ball well. They shut him down. So, honestly, and with the way Jalen Hurts was looking banged up, that knee, who knows, man? The defense would be my concern. Let's see. Little Biggest Gamer, appreciate the sub. If you guys subbed, I haven't shouted you out. Just drop it in the chat. I'll shout you out. Do appreciate everybody dropping a sub. And hit the like button. Helps out the stream tremendously. Get us in the algorithm. The refs are going to for real fuck it up in the Chiefs-Bills game, I'm telling you. I sure as hell hope not. I just think that's going to be a great football game. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm hoping not. No one is beating the Kansas City refs. Well, the NFL certainly not beating the allegations. We could beat the Eagles. Definitely think any of the 4 teams can win this weekend. If we're being honest, Sam Laporta was the best tight end this year, and I'm a Commanders fan. No shot, Maddox. The best tight end this year was Brock Bowers, guys. It was Brock Bowers. And he had shitty quarterbacks. Brock Bowers. Missed a field goal, missed an extra point, too. Yeah, our kicker was put on. Yeah, Seibert that was the game. Seibert got hurt. Yes, rip Seibert. Yeah, saying Gonzalez not it, and he missed that field goal last night. Barely won. Kenny Pickett and Saquon is looking crazy. Kenny Pickett was pretty good. JP Paul sub, appreciate that. JD5 looking crazy. I think the Bills win 27-24. Good game. The flop by Mahomes trying to draw the flag on the sideline was pathetic. Yeah, he's so much better than that. Peace out, Cole. Get some sleep. Probably a school night. Eagles going to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Mark my words. All right. That would break the Dan Marino curse as well. Dan Marino curse is, if you went to your first Super Bowl and lost, you have never gone back to win a Super Bowl. You've never gone back to the Super Bowl or win it. Jim Kelly went back and won it. Or didn't win it, obviously. The only reason Brock Bowers did so good was because that team has no other good receivers, and Brock Bowers is insanely good and just gets open. Teams that know they have to cover him, and he's still dropping $125 on them. Nay, Commanders win the Super Bowl. That one-handed grab from Laporta yesterday. Yeah, that was that was sick. That was a sick catch by Laporta in a big spot, too. Goff getting hit, or was Goff going down? Jacoby Myers did have a solid season. Yeah, don't sleep on Jacoby Myers. Good fantasy season, definitely. All right, we could talk. Do we want to talk a little bit about Eagles Bills or Eagles Rams here, or do you just want to keep free flowing on the chat? I don't think we got much more to say about the Bills Ravens game. Should be a great game next weekend. Lamar played okay, not great. Henry was fine. Defense was good. Allen kind of whatever. 2 touchdowns on the ground. Nice win for the Bills. Defense made the plays when they needed to. I think Mike Evans was the best wide receiver this year. No. But he got his 1,000 yards. And I love Mike Evans. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. And JJ Better. JJ better. But I think Chase maybe had a little bit better of a season. But JJ better. Yeah, let's hop a little bit more into the Rams-Eagles. Talk about that, and then we'll wrap the stream up. Not going to be a super long stream. Got a video coming out tomorrow. Break down all 4 games. A.J. Brown been mediocre lately. Yeah, he has. I don't know if A.J. Brown's him. A.J. Brown seems to disappear in big games, it feels like. Now, the Eagles don't help it, but how early does Jalen Milroe go? Not very early. I don't know who the 3rd or 4th quarterback's going to be. And I don't think it's going to be Milroe. Interesting, but Jettas is washed. Crazy, Maddox. Crazy take. Jettas was 2nd in the league in receiving this year. The weather beat the Rams. Yeah, the weather sure shit didn't help, but that's why home field advantage matters. Showing up in a Honda with a book, hey man, if the man is worth $100 million and shows up in a $30,000 car, that man is financially responsible. I like a person who's financially responsible. I'm sure he has a nice car he takes out. He's going to work. He's driving his Honda to work, and I'm sure that thing is sweet. It's probably like a $45,000, $50,000 car with all the upgrades. He probably got that thing pimped out, but Reek is washed. Yeah. Let's be honest, God is listening. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Reek. I never was in on the Reek thing. He was a good wide receiver last year, but I know the quarterbacks were bad, but he was too busy having kids and not catching touchdowns this year. Yeah, Jefferson I would say Jefferson and Cousins is the reason why the Vikings team has been any good. Kirk Cousins carried those some really bad teams in the mid-2020s, early 2020s, and that probably hurt them. They would have been bad and gotten some better talent on this team. I'm not dogging it, but he's been on that same chapter for a long time. It's a motivational help book. My man A.J. Brown trying to get bolstered. He's trying to get jacked, man. He's probably read it. I mean, come on. How many years did A.J. Brown go to college? Did go to Ole Miss, so. Let's see. 3 years in college for A.J. Brown. All right. Got a degree, I bet. It was fun watching Reek when he was killing it, though. Yeah, he was about as fast and explosive as anybody, but never felt like he got that ultimate wide. Last year was like the peak of his wide receiver powers, and we never saw it this year. That serves the Rams right. You think we take Cam Ward first pick? I wouldn't be that upset if they do. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cam Ward. More experience, better tape, more refined. I think the NFL scouts like Cam Ward in the NFL a lot more than Shedeur Sanders, everything I've read. Famous Bub, still a depressed Bucs fan that cries himself to sleep watching Dane Daniels. Yeah, but do you feel a little bit better that they won? Like that they beat the Lions? I would feel better. It's not like they just beat us and got bounced. I would feel better. Like, the Rams just got bounced. I don't feel good about that. Team sucks now. Do you think we stick with Diami Brown at wide receiver 2 or try and maybe pick up Higgins? I've been on T. Higgins to Washington for about a month now. Higgins. Not Noah Brown back. No. I think T. Higgins is a great spot for him in Washington. Him and Scary Terry together. Diami Brown's coming on. Put him in the slot. Put Scary Terry in the slot. Ooh! Let him cook. Let him cook in the middle of the field. T. Higgins could be your number 1, and they got a ton of money. T. Higgins is a top 10 wide receiver. Ooh, is T. Higgins a top 10 wide receiver? Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. Is T. Higgins top 10? I'd have to think about that more. Reek could be fine in Washington. Nah, Bruce doesn't want that. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting Reek guy. I kind of like Higgins better. Nathan is a Vikings fan, unfortunately. Welcome to the pit of misery. There. The reason Jetta is so good is he's been consistently top 3 receiver. The only season he wasn't was last year because he got injured, and he still put up over 1,000 yards. And yeah, was it 1,000 yards in 10 games, 12 games? Something like that, 1,000 yards in 10 games. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. So good. And think about the quarterbacks we had last year. Poo cheeks quarterbacks, and nobody gets triple covered like Justin Jefferson. He does not, Jamar Chase does not get covered like Justin Jefferson. T. Higgins not a number 1 wide receiver. He's a 2. I feel like T. Higgins is like a 1A receiver. Like, he's definitely a number 1 receiver in Green Bay. He's definitely a number 1 receiver in Baltimore. So, it depends on the team. Bills Mafia. Yes, let's jump through some folding tables. Night, Nathan. When Terry and Jaden Daniels look at the bad secondaries, they see fried food, chicken, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and turkey. They are cooking it up. Maddox, cry, Eagles, cry. Go Commies. Should be a fun matchup in that one. So, yeah, speaking of that, Eagles 28-22 against the Rams. Stafford, 26 of 44, 2 touchdowns. Did have that bad fumble. Never really got a run game going, but they ran the ball okay. 19 for 106 for Kyron Williams. But he had another devastating fumble. Really bad turnovers late in this game. I should say middle to late of this game. Puka Nacua 6 for 97, had a nice, unbelievable catch on that final drive. Demarcus Robinson 3 for 74. We even saw some Cooper Kupp back, 5 for 61. Tyler Higbee. Really needed that second running back option. No Blake Corum, kind of hurt. I think Blake Corum would have been a good spot in this game. Just kind of grindy, pound it. Played at Michigan, used to the cold weather, bad weather. Probably wouldn't have fumbled the football. Jalen Hurts got banged up, threw for 128 yards. Looking at Jalen Hurts' passing yard numbers in the Eagles in his playoff wins is actually insane. All under 200 yards. I think they're all under like 160. Like, Jalen Hurts does not throw the football in Eagles playoff wins. It is crazy, my guys. Obviously, Saquon 26, 205. 2 tutties. That was king shit right there. Busted the big 78-yarder. 7 for 70 for Hurts and a touchdown for him before he got injured. Solid. Only 1 for 10 for Kenneth Gainwell. Thought they should have got a little more Kenneth Gainwell involved. Receivers. 4 for 56 to Goddard. Had the long 31-yarder. Set him up in the red zone. Saquon with 4 for 27. Devonta Smith, 4 for 21. AJ only 2 for 14. Had a huge third down conversion, though. There was a huge third down in that game when it was starting to teeter a little bit in the Rams' favor. And he threw a dot to A.J. Brown right there. Daniel, just sub. Appreciate that. Huge shout out to the Bills on a great game. Appreciate the sub, and let's appreciate the Mafia. Digger Boy, what's up? Let me catch back up in the chat real quick. For the love of God, don't put Higgins in Green Bay. Yeah, I don't want that either. They need a receiver. Bad. They need a receiver. How do you feel about Bills and Chiefs sour? I think it's going to be a great game. I don't know which way I'm feeling. I was feeling pretty confident in the Bills after the first half, a little less confident now. Might be leaning Chiefs, might be leaning Bills, not quite sure yet. We're going to find out on Wednesday. We're going to make a call on Wednesday probably. Rams didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. I'd rather the Seahawks be in there. Yeah, but the Rams won their division, 10-7. Won the tiebreaker, strength of victory. Probably would have won 11. They wouldn't have rested their starters in week 11. Would have beat the Seahawks straight up twice. In Green Bay, you'll put T. Higgins. Yes, Christian Watson is not that guy, guys. The Green Bay receivers are not that. T. Higgins is 1,000 times better than those receivers. Jaden Daniels trying to be the first rookie quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl. He would also have the most wins by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. He is currently tied for the most with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Money Monroe, appreciate the sub. Yeah, our secondary could not handle a T. Higgins. Yeah, remember he cooked us last year when we played Cincinnati. Is Nick Sirianni the next best coach to Andy? His numbers are wild. Yeah, but nobody thinks Nick Sirianni's a good head coach. He doesn't call plays. He doesn't do anything. And he makes insanely weird bonehead goofball decisions and fights with fans. His team is just so good. His team is so good. I don't think anybody truly believes Nick Sirianni's that good of a head coach. I don't know if Eagle fans think Nick Sirianni's a good coach. How do we feel about the officiating as a whole this weekend? Not good enough. Not good enough, and it's never going to be. I can go on an officials rant anytime, any place. If you guys want an officials rant, drop, I don't know, hit a bunch of hearts or something on the thing, and I can go on my officials rant for y'all, because I have a real good officials rant on how to fix it, what we need to do. You know, just put me in charge. Put me in charge of replay. I'll fix it. But we got to catch up in the chat a little bit. Who are the top 5 QBs coming out of this draft? It is Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, and a lot of hot garbage. A lot of hot garbage. Dylan Gabriel, Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe. Kyle McCord kind of interests me, but it's a lot of hot garbage coming out. Probably Chiefs Eagles. I'm not a Bills fan, obviously, but my best friend is, so I'm psyched about the wins. Bills, Mafia on top. Josh Allen's the best running back in NFL history. Josh Allen plays pretty damn good quarterback. Hate Sirianni. Eagles winning series. Let's hear that rant. Josh Allen is a beast. Philly, Eagles winning that Super Bowl. There's the hearts. Best coaches are easily in no particular order. Dan Campbell, KOC, and Andy Reid. Yeah, Dan Campbell's a great. Then they're all kind of different. KOC's more. Don't forget Sean McVay, guys. Like, come on. Just don't forget Sean McVay. My man's got a Super Bowl. Don't forget Sean McVay like that. Dan Campbell's a motivator, not an X's and O's guy. KOC is a strictly X's and O's guy. Andy Reid's kind of both. Sean McVay, X's and O's guy. Fire Prods, appreciate the sub. Love Philly. Quinn Ewers going to be an iPad quarterback in the L. Yeah, he's better than Elringer, but still, I think he should have went back. I heard he had like a $6 or $7 million NIL offer on the table to play next year for not Texas, somebody else. Crazy to turn that down. D'Amico, yep. D'Amico Ryans looking like a good quarterback. Didn't love his post-game comments yesterday, but he's had a couple of those moments. But 2 division titles, 2 playoff wins in 2 years. Great start. Just wild with Syria. I mean, he has to pick the coaches and have a say with players. Just interesting. I'd be arguing with Philly fans too. Well, no, Howie Roseman runs that draft, and he's been running that draft and that roster forever. And remember how awful the coordinators were? The coaches were horrible last year. All of them got fired twice. They had that collapse. So let's not forget about last year. That collapse, those coordinators, real bad. Seems okay this year. Fangio was a good hire. Kellen Moore, about to be the Cowboys head coach, and the Cowboys are not thrilled at all. Yeah, McVay a little bit more aggressive on 4th and short, but they really got stuffed a few times up the middle. They weren't running the ball great. Bryce Young showed some life at the end of the season. If he had a defense and a line, he could work great things. And the line really wasn't that bad at the end. They ran the ball great too with Chuba. The receivers were solid once they got Thielen back. Leggett was coming along nicely. Need a tight end. The defense is so bad, though. But I think they'll be able to fix the defense of Carolina. Carolina have a spicy team next year. I kind of like them, especially in that division. Colts back after scrolling. Yeah, McVay. I think what KOC is amazing. Yeah, quarterback whisper. I mean, if you look at what Kevin O'Connell's record is with Nick Mullins, Josh Dobbs, Jaron Hall, and Sam Darnold, it's ridiculous. Like, that's just magic, especially with not a super good, talented roster across the board, a battle line. Great receivers, obviously. Commies versus Eagles and Chiefs versus Bills. Ario, I will not be spoiling that. We'll be making that pick on Wednesday night. Little teaser. Jalen Hurts. I have more toes than Jalen Hurts. Or maybe I have the same. I don't know. All right, we want a little officials rant, so hold on. Let me check the poll. Oh my God, the poll. This poll, 188 votes. 26% on Chiefs Commanders. 26% on Commanders Bills. 24% on Eagles Chiefs, 24% Eagles Bills. This is about as close of a poll as you're ever going to see. That is just wild. Nobody knows what we're going to get. Nobody knows what we're going to get. What do you think the Vikings do a quarterback next year? JJ McCarthy and Daniel Jones, probably it. Aaron Rodgers looming. God help us. Stafford, yeah. Stafford had a couple of still big-time throws. I think the weather hurt. Mandrews, yeah. Yeah, Mandrew's tough sell there would have been lit. Okay, you guys asked for it. We will go on our officials rant. So, little background. I officiated football, officiated flag football, officiated all the time. High levels, elite competition, rule nerd. I've read the NFL rule book. I know the rules in the NFL. I am a nerd on this shit. The NFL officiating is so dog shit. It is not nearly up to the standard. First and foremost, we don't have full-time officials in the NFL. You have to be making $250,000 a year and another job to even be eligible to be an NFL official. That already massively limits your pool of qualified applicants to put out there. That just limits your pool off the bat. Terrible. Make them full-time officials. This is a multi-billion-dollar sports league. Every other sports league has full-time officials. Hire full-time officials. They do not do on-field training. They aren't training. They aren't doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, they work training camps and get back into shape and go through things. They should be doing field clinics. They should be reffing in the UFL. They don't have to be reffing every week, get a game or two. And that should be the development league for NFL officials. The UFL should be strictly NFL rules and then stuff that they want to test out. For the last 8 or so years, the NFL officiating went through this thing that we've seen a lot of places go through, a lot of companies, a lot of countries, where they didn't promote meritocracy. They weren't hiring and promoting the best testing officials, the best graded officials. Roger Goodell said this. You can look up the quote. We want to check boxes. We want to put people out there to have people see people like themselves. You guys know what I'm talking about. And so you're not promoting the best grading officials. You're not prioritizing what they need. The rule book is way too complicated, way too cute, needs to be cut down, needs to be thinned out a little bit, more concise, better wording, so the officials aren't thinking too much. On any given Sunday, we have 8 games going on in the noon window. The NFL Replay Center does not have somebody watching every single game. Somebody should individually be watching every single game in the replay booth, in the quick eye in the sky. They need to use more eye in the sky, just quick instant buzzes. Get the easy stuff right. Get the roughing the passers, get the face masks, get hands to the face maybe. I don't know. Stuff that they don't see, just really easy, simple stuff. Just knock this shit out of the park. Really simple. Have an actual replay person watching replays for these games. And it should take 2 seconds. I can watch a replay 3 times within 15 seconds, 25 seconds. I have the call. I know what it is. Catch, no catch, incomplete, down, not down, fumble, no fumble. It's really not that difficult. We don't need to pick it apart. And the stadiums, there's not a consistent unified rule for the cameras across the board. So some of the camera angles we see at certain stadiums on some broadcasts are angles that the NFL doesn't have access to because it has to be uniform cameras and access across every game for the entire league. Insane. Every stadium should have the most possible camera angles. Update these piece of shit old stadiums. Get it fixed. So that would help tremendously. So full-time officials, on-field training in the offseason, promoting the best officials, no matter what, retraining the officials during the season, cutting down on the rules, fixing replay nonsense, just complete replay garbage. And I think we're going to have a better product. It's just not up to snuff right now. So there's my officials rant. Put me in charge of the replay booth. I want to be the replay guy in New York that just buzzes, watches every challenge or replay review. I'd get every call right. We'd be done in 25 seconds. So much better. So let's catch up with the chat. Heartbroken that Jalen's knee is toast. So limited. Saquon will still carry the team to the Super Bowl. Potentially have to make $250K elsewhere to be an NFL ref. What the hell? That's so cooked. Make them full-time and pay them. Yup. They still get paid. I mean, they get paid for being a ref, several $100,000. But not full-time, and you have to have another job. It was to avoid them getting, bribed by gambling. They were worried about the gambling and the mafia and them taking over. But guess what? The NFL has, exponentially grown under Roger Goodell. Get this shit fixed. They should name and I think officials should be fined 100%. If officials make and miss egregious calls, they should be fined. I 100% agree. Matt Stafford can't throw buckets. Watched him all year. He just throws checkdowns. Well, he is getting old. Still had a couple of them there. Also changed the onside kick rule. I don't know what to do with the onside kick rule. They're going to make it 4th and 20 now. I kind of hate that. I think they should go back to, I'm okay if you want to say 4th quarter only on the onside kicks you have to declare, but they get the running head start like they used to get. You get the running head start on the onside kick. And I think they should scoot it back. If you're onside kicking, you kick from your 20. So it's super punishing. Like you kick from your 20 if you want an onside kick. So if the other team recovers it, they're in field goal range, GG's. But if you recover it, you're not instantly in scoring range. You got a ways to go. There should be some type of challenge or double check on some flags too, like the false face mask on Montgomery. Yes, that's getting changed next year. The Rams have proposed that rule 3 years in a row, that replay assists can help with face mask or non-face mask calls, and it's lost 3 years in a row. That is 100% getting put in next year, I've heard. Calls are getting more complicated, more money on these calls. Yeah, and Vegas is going to step in. Vegas is going to step in. They can't have games and bets being decided on garbage calls and officiating. Kickoff is so dumb, no aura. Yeah, but we're getting kick returns at least. Like, we didn't get kick returns. Yeah, you don't want to get in a situation where the crybaby Saints are bitching about pass interference needs to be reviewable. Remember, we got rid of that instantly. I think roughing the passer, face mask. Super easy. Those are very cut and dry. Very cut and dry. Roughing the passer, face mask, and hands to the face even, I would say. Mandrews, how, bro, robbed of a crazy OT. Nah, I'm okay with it, though. Saquon, absolute legend. Yeah, Saquon's a dog, guys. Complete dog. Love me some Saquon. Saquon organization went back to the 80s after that call. Yeah, well, when your GM has been kicking the can down the road on, this, salary cap, the salary cap does always come due. The salary cap does always come due. You can't get away with it. Sean Payton also a smug prick. We expect these things, right? We expect these things from Sean Payton. He's such a dick. So, all right. Asshole was clinched when Rams got in the red zone. Had my whole bankroll on Philly. Yeah, I would have too. I thought the Rams were punching that one in. I honestly thought the Rams were punching that ball in. I did call the Bills win. I had a good feeling about the Bills. 1 by 2. I like that one, man. I like getting that 1 point. I was 3 for 4 this weekend. I had the Eagles. Rams cover. Eagles win. Rams cover. So we got to push on that. I think it was 6. Got the Bills straight up, and the cover had the Commanders cover but losing. So half a point on that. Commanders won straight up, so I won the bet, lost the pick. And then the Chiefs won and the Chiefs covered, so we got that one. So we did pretty good this weekend if you were following along on picks and bets. Saints have been boring since Drew Brees left. Yeah, they haven't really had a quarterback. Derek Carr puts everybody to sleep. I think Derek Carr puts his own mother to sleep when she watches them. The poll is literally 25, 25, and 24 on who's going to the Super Bowl. Over 200 votes. This is the closest poll we've ever had. Technically, Commanders Chiefs, your Super Bowl pick right now, guys. So get those votes in there if you want them. Aren't you glad you got the Chiefs at 8.5 and not 9.5? Yes. Yes, I would be very happy about that. It was 8.5 when we looked. I think it was Wednesday we were looking at it. Yeah, Wednesday we were looking at it. Totally agree. Very happy boy. Quizzy Edits, thanks for the sub. Patriots realized they were supposed to be playing football at the end of the season. Yeah, they threw away that number 1 overall pick. That's why Jerome Mayo got fired. Good move. Saints were the talk of the town for the first 2 weeks. Lol. Yeah, unless you watch this channel. If you watch this channel, we were not buying it. We called them pretenders, not contenders. We were right on our 2 contenders. We said Vikings, Steelers, your contenders. Both made the playoffs. Saints, pretenders. Tease Texans, Bills, and Commies, and it turns out I didn't need to buy any points. Yeah, but better safe than sorry. Camp it out. Do not say it, boy. I'm begging to resign. Nobody wants Justin Fields, guys. The Justin Fields is not it. Thanks, Patriots. Yep, Titans the benefits of the Patriots' incompetence. Patriots will be back next year. You heard it here first. They got the most cap space. They got a good head coach. They need a lot, though. Games were too close today, Hoosier fan. That's what makes them good. Kirk Cousins was also the talk of the town for a bit. Yeah, because he put up 500 yards against the Buccaneers pass defense, who was ass cheeks again. Devontae Adams to Pittsburgh? Ooh, maybe. Devontae looking a little old, man. That's a good spot. I kind of like Devontae to Pittsburgh. It's not bad. Let's see. Nakai 34, appreciate the sub. Probably said that wrong. You know, I'm a basic bitch over here when it comes to pronunciations. We better keep GP. Nearly had a heart attack during the end of the Ravens game. JK. Yeah, I was worried for the Bills, man. I was worried, rooting for the Bills, picking the Bills on that. I was like, they're getting this too. Like touchdown 2 point, no problem here. No problem here for the Buffalo Bills. So, all right, drop any last questions. We'll probably go for another 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'll wrap things up. I got a video to record tonight, so we're going to record that video. It'll be dropping tomorrow morning, just more of a breakdown of the 4 games from this weekend. Be getting ready for that Wednesday night stream. Gonna stream. Oh, wait, we're streaming tomorrow anyway, too. We'll be streaming the Natty tomorrow. I keep forgetting Natty. Natty stream tomorrow night, so we'll be streaming during the National Championship game. Go Irish. Live stream Wednesday, video out Thursday with my picks for the conference championship game. You should try to play Retro Bowl. What is that, like a Tecmo Bowl? Probably on Xbox, PlayStation? What do we got this on? Retro Bowl. Would you be upset if the Vikings signed Rodgers? I wouldn't be thrilled, but what is my picks for the Natty? My picks for the Natty, great question. I will be rooting for Notre Dame. Ohio State's probably going to win tomorrow. I would be very surprised if Notre Dame beats Ohio State. But, if Ohio State plays like they played against Texas or Michigan, Notre Dame definitely can win that game. But if they play like they played against Oregon, Ohio State is going to cruise to a national championship and be like the weirdest season for a Buckeyes fan ever. LJ took his QB playoff rushing record back. Yeah, what did Lamar run? Lamar ran for like 39 and Josh Allen ran for 20. Pittsburgh in for a rude awakening with Justin Fields. He'll be the reason Tomlin gets fired. Yeah, JFF is not it. Ohio State going to win. I'm not Catholic, so I have to root for Ohio State. How do you feel about Brian Robinson? I like B-Rob. Had a solid 4 or 5 games. He got banged up this year too. Missed some injury time with in the middle end of that season. Eckler, yes sir. Eckler, big coming on, nice receiving back ad. I'm not worried about B-Rob. B-Rob be back. He had a couple of nice runs there. It's mobile for Retro Bowl. All right, we'll check it out. I need to stay off my phone. I'm on my phone too much, checking Twitter and reading articles. I got to get off that shit. Gibbs a top 5 pick in fantasy 25. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say Gibbs probably a top 5 pick. You're going to go Saquon, Henry, Gibbs as your top 3 backs. You're going to go Jamar, JJ, then probably CD. I don't think you can trust A.J. Brown. Maybe a Puka Nacua in like PPR formats. We have to see what the movement is if Tyreek Hill moves. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What would be the best way to do this? We'll go stats. I was going to look at fantasy finishes, but let's go regular season. Ew. Get this ad on my face. BTJ could be ESPN. Get this damn ad. BTJ, Bijan go ahead of Gibbs, probably. BTJ, Amon-Ra. I don't like Drake. I don't love Drake. Maybe with Penix. Maybe. Definitely not Jerry Jeudy. Malik Neighbors depends on the quarterback. CD. Brock Bowers is going to go real high. I love Ladd McConkey next year. He's a PPR merchant. I mean, he's a guy. Ton of targets, decent receptions. Not as much as the elite guys, but that next tier wide receiver is awesome. Let's see. Bijan, yeah, I was missing Bijan. Do you see how fast the NFL made an AFC Championship game after that game? They probably had it for both teams. They were ready to go. I mean, it was probably a network ad. They were ready to rock and roll. It's easy. They make up those graphics for everybody. Kind of like the t-shirts that get shipped off to Africa when they don't win. You think Brian Kelly hates himself for leaving Notre Dame? I don't know. Brian Kelly's a weirdo. I shouldn't say a weirdo. Brian Kelly sucks. He feels like the worst coach to play for. He just blames everybody else, hates his players. Favorite team is Florida State, but we have 3 top 5 recruits this year. Well, I don't know if that's going to be enough to fix Florida State. They're in the tank right now. What's crazy is the Commies coming off a season that looked like shit. Yup, 4 wins, signing Ertz, Eckler, Dan Quinn move, dinosaur wide receivers. How do you think they put it all together besides, yeah, Jaden Daniels is it. Good coaching. They have some decent pieces. Terry McLaurin's a top 15 receiver. They got a good wide receiver. They added offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, good play calling. Competent coaching and quarterbacks can do a lot. See, big boy Brock Bowers, first tight end off the board. Absolutely. What do you think of if JD Vince is about skipping the inauguration to watch the Natty? Makes sense. He's a Buckeye, right? Ohio State. Yeah, he's the Ohio Senator. Running back a kicker to D-line. Getting off. Peace out, Hoosiers fan. The Bills-Chiefs game is going to be a blowout. Bills going to cruise. Watch them. I would be shocked. Do you like NBA too? Yeah. We will be covering more of the association and the NHL come off season time when we got more live streams to kill. We'll probably hang out, watch some NBA games, watch some hockey games together, especially in the playoffs. March Madness for sure. Have a grand old time. Maybe we'll put together a channel tournament bracket for the channel. Jim of Jesus made it tonight again. Appreciate that. We're wrapping up here though. You just made it. No, they didn't make the AFC Championship games yet. Sure. Yeah, they lost. They have them printed up this week. Bills or Chiefs ones. Commanders fan Maddox says they're going to the bowl. All right, final on the poll. 25% Commanders Chiefs, 25% Commanders Bills, 25% Eagles Chiefs, and then 24% Eagles Bills. My vote's on Eagles Bills right now if I had to take just an initial jump. I think that would be the best game. I think the most fun game would be Commanders Bills. Nobody wants to see Eagles Chiefs except for Eagles and Chiefs fan. Maybe a rematch. Night Green, Hornets fan, tough. Yup. Times we stay hurt. 2-game heater. LaMelo, though. Brandon Miller's season is over. Yeah, Brandon Miller really looked great. I kind of was off on that. I didn't think Brandon Miller, after allegedly doing some bad things in college, was going to be a guy. Florida State's been cursed since the CFP selection. Yeah, but they probably deserved that. We knew what was going to happen. Commanders, Chiefs. Are you a T-Wolves fan? Ant-Man is that dude. I am not a T-Wolves fan. Ant-Man is that dude. I am unfortunately a Philadelphia 76ers fan. So, yeah. I root for the worst Philly team. Maybe the Flyers are worse, but I root for the worst possible Philly team. My teams are Vikings, Sixers, Yankees, and the Colorado Avalanche. Embiid is beyond baked. Embiid is he's so cooked, and Paul George is washed. Sad day, sad day. Go Celts. Boo. Don't be that guy. Boo. No raging in the chat. Commanders, Hornets, Dodgers, and Kings. Ooh, interesting. Who's your college football squad? An even more unfortunate squad. The Texas A&M Aggies. I am unfortunately an Aggie. Thanks and gig 'em. Bandwagon JK. Yeah, all my teams were so trash. The only team that's been good was the Yankees, and they still haven't won. It's like the worst stretch in franchise history. Dodgers dynasty on the way. Well, yeah, when they skirt the rules, Astros, Commies, Capitals, F the NBA, Steelers, Heat, Gators, Penguins, Pirates. So Pittsburgh, Heat Nation, and the Gators. Rizzo was a lot more fun to watch on the Cubs. Yeah, he was a lot better on the Cubs, too. He's old man now. Old man Rizzo. Let's pull up the playoff bracket. One final. Get a little playoff love going for everybody. as we send it out into the night. Avalanche. Yeah, the Avalanche were terrible. I've been an Avalanche fan since I was a kid. When they moved to Colorado in 96, they were like not the new team, but they were the new team, and my cousin liked them, so I picked up the Avalanche. But they were so bad for so long in the middle there. Gig, loved A-Chain. Yeah, A-Chain's a dog. I loved A-Chain. Have him in fantasy. Yup. Could be worse. You could be like me, an Iowa Hawkeyes fan. Also, South Dakota Coyotes fan because I'm going there next year. Oh! South Dakota Coyotes. No SDSU Jackrabbits? Big rivals there. Last year, FSU got eliminated because they lost their quarterback. Why didn't Alabama get eliminated because they lost their quarterback? Well, Alabama... You mean Georgia? Because Georgia got an automatic bid winning the conference. There were no automatic bids last year. A little different. Lakers, Cubs, Bears, Tennessee. He's from Illinois. Yep. Oh, Rocky Top. No Bulls. A little surprising. Flip SDSU. Good punters come from Iowa. Good punters. And Cooper DeJean, the exciting white, comes from Iowa. Nobody likes them. SDSU, usually good basketball. Didn't they win the FCS Natty a couple of times? They dethroned, North Dakota State. Milroe to Pittsburgh. God forbid Field goes and saves a poverty franchise. He's not saving anybody. Bulls fan. There you go. Not from MC. Not from MC, but my dad's from Cali, so that's where I got the LA teams from. Yup, makes sense. Dads always control. Dads. No, there were no Panthers coming up. Yup, Panthers 1992, 1993. Or the Hornets. Although you got friends going to SDSU. Go Jackrab. I'm trolling Caden now. Man, that Chiefs game was painful to watch. Yeah, what's up, James? We're just wrapping up, guys, this year. NDSU got their revenge. Yup, go Birds. Says Shane, who's better than Fields in this free agent class? Kirk Cousins, mate? Is he afraid he's going to get cut? It's not a very good free agent class. Sam Darnold's better than Fields, probably, guys. Just being honest. Georgia, automatic bid, Maddox. Automatic bid. They won the SEC. 12-team playoff this year, not a 4-team playoff. A lot different. But that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. Great weekend. We'll be back live tomorrow for the national championship game. Yes, Ginger Beard is better. He's got more weight. How many playoff berths does Justin Fields have? Sam Darnold just won 14 games this year. Come on. Dang, the weather really did the Rams in. Yes, that weather sucked. They still had the chance. Offensive line sold against Jalen Carter. And not a great throw from Stafford. But good night, guys. So yeah, quick wrap up here. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Really helps out the stream a lot. If you haven't already, drop a sub. We got daily sports content. We got our sports stat fact of the day. Little quick short. Gives you a fun little sports stat fact. I got to record that right now. So makes you look smart against your friends. We got daily long form videos. We'll have a video dropping tomorrow morning. I will break down all 4 games from this weekend a little bit more in depth than I did tonight here. Live streams throughout the week. We'll be live tomorrow night for the national championship, live for Wednesday night, breaking down the conference championship games, and then live Sunday night reacting to both conference championship games for our Super Bowl setup in New Orleans, Super Bowl 59. So appreciate everybody stopping by again.